click is all it takes to lose everything.
We are in a cyber war. You can either be a defendant or you can be a victim.
The World Series of Hacking just finished, and to no surprise, the Russians are in first place. There's been many studies that said the Russians are the best at hacking. A recent study said that the Russians are 8 times faster of breaking in and compromising systems than any other country. And that probably doesn't surprise most people. It doesn't surprise me, and it's for some obvious reasons. First, they've been doing it longer than most other countries. If I've been doing something for 10 years and you've been doing something for 1 year, who do you think is going to be better? Who do you think is going to have more experience at it? Second, the Russians have made hacking a business model. Now, yes, you could argue that some of the Russian groups are tied to the government, but they are also independent companies. Most of the independent hacking groups are based out of Russia because it's not illegal in Russia. They don't have extradition treaties with anyone else. So basically, as long as you're willing to stay in Russia, wear a warm coat in the wintertime and drink lots of vodka, right? You're in good shape there. But these companies are making hundreds of millions of dollars. One of the hacking groups in Russia made $200 million last year on hacking. That's more than most companies. That's more than my company. I wish my company was making $200 million, right? That's pretty good business model. So as long as Russia protects and allows these companies to be able to generate tons of revenue, Russia's continuing going to be that hotspot of hacking. Final reason why the Russians are the best is because they build tools and they know how to automate hacking. They know that the probability that a company missing patches on their servers is pretty high. So guess what? They have tools that are scanning 24/7. The Russians basically have automated hacking tools that as you sleep, as you're awake, as you're on vacation, they are constantly looking for weaknesses, looking for vulnerabilities, and trying to break into those systems. And here's the scary part. I read a report that the Russians have found weaknesses in hundreds of companies, but they haven't broken in yet because they just don't have enough people. They just can't catch up with the amount of business they're generating by these scanning tools. So once again, whether you're a person, whether you have a family, whether you have a business, or whether you work for the government, not only are the Russians coming, but the Russians are already here, and they were the first ones last year to break into individual home routers, wireless devices, so they can monitor all the connections going in and out of your house. So I don't want you to sit there and say, well, I'm not a government, I'm not a big company. I want you to remember the Russians are coming for you, and you need to protect, secure, and lock down your systems.